Hi, I'm Elise, this is Witch Way, and in this video I'll be taking you through the witch lore of Pyewacket.
I invite you to come.
Released in 2017, this horror thriller stars Nicole Muniz as Leah Rees and Laurie Holden as Mrs. Rees. Following the death of her father, Leah's mother is struggling with her grief and moves the two into a new home. After her mother lashes out at her, Leah lashes out in turn, using baneful magic on her mother. She comes to regret this as the two try and mend their relationship, but something has already been invoked by Leah and isn't ready to let her go. The invocation she uses is quite beautiful.
Darkness, I charge you with this sign. Mother and the night are mine. I teach you the mystery of rebirth. Work my mysteries in mirth.
Some of this wording comes from what is known as the verse charge from the Gardnerian Book of Shadows, Gerald Gardner, of course, being one of the founding fathers of Wicca. But it was believed that Doreen Valiente was the one responsible for these beautiful poems. We see Leah copying down her incantation from the fictional book Occult Primer, but it's not the one she ends up using. What she's writing down is a conjuration of similar wording to those from the Lesser Key of Solomon, which is also where we see the sigil in the book come from. This one being the seal of Astaroth, one of the 72 demons named in the key. But that isn't who she's calling on.
Pyewacket.
The name Pyewacket comes from an event from the 1600s where Elizabeth Clark and Rebecca West were accused of witchcraft, and after being deprived of sleep for several days by the self-proclaimed Witchfinder General Matthew Hopkins, they confess and name their familiars. Imps who were sent to attend the witches by the devil, who take animal form. They had names such as Peck in the Crown, News, Jamara, my personal favourite Vinegar Tom, and of course Pyewacket. The event is depicted in the Witchfinder General Matthew Hopkins's The Discovery of Witches, and we actually see this image in the film, in the book titled The Left-Handed Path. The left and right-handed paths are used to describe different forms of magic, not necessarily good or bad, just different. Some call the path of witchcraft the crooked path, as it's not really defined by either. The cover of this book has Elphias Levi's illustration of Baphomet from his Dogma and Ritual of High Magic, which some have come to use to represent left-handed magic. Also inside Left-Handed Path in the film are woodcuts depicting methods of executing witches, such as the burning of a witch from a 19th century woodcut, alongside another form of torture and execution for accused witches known as the breaking wheel. And it looks absolutely horrific. This is from the illustration of a text telling the history of such punishments. Leah pulls this book from her extensive collection of occult books with titles such as Hecate, who is a goddess associated with witches, Memoirs of a Teenage Witch, and Alchemy, Early Medicine, and Witchcraft. I wish some of these were real, but they all seem to be fictional books made for the film. I especially love the title, Wicca Wicca What? Leah also adorns herself in protective jewelry, such as an ankh, an Egyptian symbol for life, and her pentagram ring. We also see a pentagram in her Occult Primer book, which also states that each point represents the elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. We also see some witchy boots hanging from a broomstick in a gift shop Leah visits. These no doubt belong to a kitchen witch. Kitchen witches stem from a Northern European custom and are displayed in the kitchen to ward off bad spirits or for good luck. Many still hang these puppets in their kitchens today. This film scores for lore and the craft. I really liked Leah's ritual. She makes offerings of blood and milk and uses a ceremonial dagger known as an athame. But it's simple and something that she can do on her own. But if you're going to be doing baneful magic, it's probably not a good idea to do it on someone who is your primary caregiver. There is a great discussion from practitioners on this subject from the Magnolias and Magic podcast, which I will link below. I really enjoyed this film. It also had that connection of metal music and the occult. It's another great recommendation from the comments. If you had your own witchy recommendations for my upcoming Witch Lore reviews, please be sure to leave them in the comments, as well as what you thought of these films. Please also be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, or share this video with anyone you think might enjoy it, as it really helps spread the word. As always, thank you very much for watching here on Witch Way.